Hi, all my stampin' friends. This is Amy with Just Pleased as Punch, and I have a really pretty card to share with you today. It is using the Watercolor Wings stamp set. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. It's not a new one. It was in the catalog last year, but it is so pretty. It is a multi-step stamp that we're going to be doing. The ink we're going to be using is Bermuda Bay and our basic black archival. We're going to be using some of the beautiful basic jewels rhinestones, and we're going to also be using the banner framelets, which look like this. And I need to get them onto one of my little magnet sheets, and I haven't done that yet. But we're going to be using the two largest framelets from this set. And what I have done is I've already cut out the paper just to kind of make this video go a little bit quicker. So I cut one of the larger ones out with Bermuda Bay cardstock, and then two of the smaller ones out of Whisper White. So we've got those. So our big shot work is already done. And then our cardstock is some of the coordinating cardstock pack that you can buy that matches the Bermuda Bay, and we're going to be doing the polka dots. And this piece is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I just took another piece that was also the same. It was 5 1/4 by 4, but I cut it in half. So these pieces measure 4 by 2 5/8. And we have two of those. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and stamp our butterfly. So I'm going to take one of the pieces of Whisper White, and I've got my butterfly already mounted, and what I've done is I'm going to start with this butterfly here. We're going to do the first layer in this butterfly, and the second layer is the one that has kind of the outsides of his wings, and then the top layer is going to be the one with the most detail right here. So those are the three for the large butterfly that we're going to be using today. All right, and we've got our Bermuda Bay. So what I'm going to do is, this is a really inky pad. I'm going to stamp off anyway, so we're going to go ahead and stamp off, and then try to get him on here straight. All right, and it doesn't matter if that's not perfect because, like I said, it's a 3-layer stamp, so we don't need each layer to be perfect because they'll kind of complement each other. And it's supposed to be sort of a, I think, like a watercolor look, so it's not a perfect look. Okay, so our next layer, I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, mount that one on our block. And I'm also using Bermuda Bay, but I'm not going to stamp off this time. So I'm going to scoot that a little closer to me just so I can see it, get it lined up right. Hopefully. I'm at kind of a weird angle. I'm not crazy about that. Plus I have a little bit of ink right there. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. Every piece of cardstock has 2 sides, so that is the good thing. I'm going to get him off of there and get our original back on, our first layer. Stamp off. There we go. Using my Stampin' Scrub to clean in between. All right, so let's try this again. Try not to get him too inky because, like I said, this is a really inky ink pad that I have. There we go, that's better. All right, clean that one off. I only have one size of this block. I need to get another one to kind of make it simpler. Okay, and then our last one. Get him on there. And we're going to use our basic black for the top layer. make sure that's all inked up well. And again, I'm at kind of a weird angle, so sorry about that. Hopefully I've got that lined up right. There we go. Okay, so then we just need to do the butterfly's body. So I've got his little body on there, and that's the stamp right here. And we're going to ink that up in our basic black. All right. Okay, so that is our first stamp. Now, our second piece, the other piece of Whisper White, I'm going to take this smaller butterfly, and that is this one here. And we're going to get our Bermuda Bay out again. And again, I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm just going to stamp right in the center there. And I just want that to be kind of a light stamp. It's a background stamp in this case. Okay, and then our basic black, what are we doing? Oh, sorry, forgot for a second. Our sentiment. Okay, so we have this sentiment that comes in the set. The little moments with you matter a lot to me, and that's very sweet. So we're going to use that for the inside of our card. Ink that up in our basic black. And, that did not stamp the words at the top very well. Okay, once again, we are going to stamp on the other side. I'm not going to edit out my little boo-boos. There we go. Make sure that's inked up well. I just re-inked my black, so it should, yep, looks like it's on there. There we go. Okay. Close up my ink pads. Okay, so we are done with our stamping. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our card base, which I actually forgot to tell you about our card base. Okay, so we have got a piece of the thick Whisper White cardstock, and this is a half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet. So it's cut at 11 by 4 1/4, and then I'm going to score it in the middle. And then I'm going to take this side and I'm going to bend it back. And then score there. Okay, so our card is going to open like that. And I got this idea from my wonderful, wonderful upline, Robin, who has been fantastic to work with. She has such beautiful ideas. Okay, thank you, Robin, for this lovely card. We are going to take some snail and go ahead and attach the larger of the 3 pieces. There we go. All right, and then these 2, oops, like so. All right, there we go. Okay, so then our butterfly is going to go onto our Bermuda Bay banner framelit. And this is actually a pretty quick card. It looks complicated, but it's really not. So we only want some snail on this half of the banner. So I'm just going to do that. Make sure that this is centered. Okay, and then our other little piece, that will be centered here. Okay, and that's it. It closes just like that. And then we're going to take some of our little rhinestones and just embellish. Oops, I lost a couple rhinestones. Let me not waste those. We'll go ahead and use those actually. I had a couple that fell off there. I've got ink everywhere. It's all over my hands. I was going to put the bigger rhinestones there, but these two that fell off will do just fine. So we'll go ahead and stick them on there. And I don't know if you saw it, but of course it caught my eye, that little bit of ink right there. So what I was going to do, just to kind of cover that up, rather than have to waste that card, we can just put a couple little jewels inside the card too. And there you go, and that's all covered up. Okay, so that's our card. And there's a little bit of room in here where you can write, you know, love and your name or whatever. But I just thought that was such a beautiful and simple card to make. It's very quick. Here's the other one that I made. All right, so thank you so much for visiting my channel today, and please hop on over to my blog, justpleasespunch.com. I've got a special going on this month on top of Stampin' Up's already wonderful special where you get $35 in extra Stampin' Rewards for a $350 purchase. If you purchase just $50 from my online store, you get a complimentary roll of the Melon Mambo Thick Baker's Twine, a hand stamp card from me, and then if you purchase $100 in merchandise from my Stampin' Up online store, you also get a package of the jewels, the basic rhinestone jewels. So some really good specials going on this month. All the supplies are listed on my website. Hop on over there, check it out. Thanks so much for visiting. Bye-bye.